Samantha and Daniel were a young couple who had just moved into a quiet neighborhood in the countryside. They had a 3-year-old daughter named Lily, and a loyal German shepherd named Max. Max had been with them since he was a puppy. He was well-trained, friendly, and very protective of Lily. He would never hurt her. In fact, he followed her everywhere and always watched over her like a big brother. The house they bought was old but beautiful. It had a large backyard, tall trees, and wide windows that let in sunlight. It had once belonged to an elderly woman who had passed away a few years ago. The house had been empty ever since, but it was in good condition. Samantha fell in love with it the first time she saw it. "We'll turn this place into a home," she told Daniel as they stood in the front yard. Lily laughed and ran around chasing butterflies with Max right behind her. Everything seemed perfect. The first night. On the first night in the new house, Lily was excited. She had a new room freshly painted pink, with her favorite toys and a new bed shaped like a castle. Max lay on the rug near her bed as usual. Samantha kissed her goodnight and turned off the light. "Good night, baby," she whispered. "Good night, Mommy." But around midnight something strange happened. Max began to growl. He stood up slowly, his ears pointed, his body tense. He faced the corner of the room, near Lily's closet, and growled in a low, threatening tone. His eyes were fixed on something invisible. Lily stirred in her sleep but didn't wake up. The growling got louder. Samantha, sleeping in the next room, heard it and rushed in. She turned on the light. "Max? What's wrong?" she asked, confused. Max stopped growling and looked at her. His tail was down. He didn't seem scared but alert. Samantha checked the closet. Nothing was there. Just Lily's dresses and some toys. "Probably just adjusting to the new house," Daniel said when Samantha told him. They didn't think much of it. But it happened again. And again. Every night. For the next week, every single night, Max growled. Always at the same time, around midnight. Always at the same spot, the corner near Lily's closet. It didn't matter if the lights were on or off. It didn't matter if the closet door was open or closed. Max would sit up, look into the corner and growl. Sometimes he would bark sharply, his teeth bared, as if warning something to stay away. Samantha and Daniel were both puzzled and worried. "Maybe there's a rat or something," Daniel suggested, but they never found anything. They even called pest control, who searched the whole house. "No signs of rats or mice," the man said. "The attic and basement are clean too." The couple tried moving Lily to a different room. Max followed her as always. But at midnight he still growled. Always facing the same direction, towards the same corner, as if something had followed them. Lily's words. One morning as Samantha made breakfast, Lily said something that made her drop a plate. "Mommy, the lady in my room says she's cold." Samantha froze. "What lady, sweetie?" "The lady who stands in the corner at night." She looks at Max. "She says I shouldn't tell you." Samantha bent down, trying not to look scared. "Lily, what does the lady look like?" "She has white hair. Her dress is dirty. She doesn't blink." Samantha felt chills down her spine. Daniel tried to laugh it off, saying kids had wild imaginations. But Max kept growling. And Lily kept talking about the lady. "She says she used to live here. She wants her house back." They set up a camera. Samantha and Daniel decided to set up a camera in Lily's room. It had night vision and motion detection. They wanted to know if Max was reacting to something real or just shadows. They recorded 3 nights. The first night showed nothing unusual. Just Max lying still. Then suddenly standing up and growling at the corner. The second night the same. But the third night was different. At 12:03 a.m. the camera showed Max growling. Then the motion detector light blinked. A cold gust seemed to move the curtains, though the windows were closed. And then for 1 second the screen glitched. In that glitchy moment, a white shape stood in the corner. It was blurry, but clearly the shape of a woman. Long hair. A torn dress. Samantha gasped. Daniel's face went pale. "There was something there," he whispered. They checked the camera again. The glitch only lasted a second, but it was enough. Max had seen it. And maybe Lily too. They searched the house. They called a local historian to ask about the house's past. The old man who came over brought records from the town library. "This house belonged to a woman named Edna Holloway," he said. She was a school teacher. Lived alone. Died in this house. Did she have any family? Samantha asked. No. No one. She became strange in her last years. Neighbors said she would talk to herself. Yell at the walls. She believed people were trying to steal her house. Daniel frowned. How did she die? The old man looked uncomfortable. She was found in that room, your daughter's room. Heart attack. But she wasn't found for weeks. She died in winter. No heating. It must have been very cold. Samantha's eyes widened. The lady in my room says she's cold. The paranormal investigator. Not knowing what else to do, they called a paranormal investigator. His name was Marcus. He was calm, professional, and believed their story. I've seen this before, he said. Sometimes when people die with strong emotions, they leave something behind. He placed EMF readers, temperature sensors, and voice recorders around the house. That night, he stayed in Lily's room with Max. At midnight, Max growled again. The EMF reader spiked. The room temperature dropped suddenly. Then from the voice recorder came a whisper. This is my house. Marcus turned white. The next morning he told the couple, you're dealing with a spirit who believes your daughter is an intruder. The dog is protecting her. That's why he growls. The cleansing. Marcus arranged a house cleansing. He lit sage, said prayers, and asked the spirit to leave in peace. He spoke gently, as if to an old woman. Edna, this family means no harm. It's time to move on. As the ritual ended, the house grew warmer. The air felt lighter. Max stopped growling. That night, for the first time in weeks, there was no growling. No cold breeze. No shadow in the corner. Lily slept peacefully. The lady never came back. One final message. 2 days later, Lily said something strange. She said thank you. Who did? Samantha asked. The lady. She smiled and went away. Epilogue. Samantha and Daniel still live in that house. Lily is older now. Max has gotten slower, but he still watches over her. Sometimes at night when the wind blows, they remember the lady in the corner. And they are grateful for the loyal dog who growled at a ghost to protect a child.